Oʻahu. Just saying the name probably brings a picture to your mind, right? Golden sands, those incredible turquoise waters, the lush green mountains. It's the vacation we all dream of. A real escape from, well, everything.
And it's so true, isn't it? There's just something about Hawaii. It feels like one of those big life moments, a trip that's definitely on the bucket list. It promises adventure, relaxation, and just jaw-dropping beauty.
But here's the catch, and it's a big one. The way you and I get to experience Oʻahu today, it has completely changed. If you just show up thinking you can wander into the most famous places whenever you feel like it, you're gonna have a bad time. So what are these new rules everyone's talking about? Okay, let's get into it. The key, the absolute secret to unlocking an amazing Oʻahu trip now is understanding one simple thing. The days of just spontaneously showing up to the big attractions, they're over. Knowing this new system isn't just a nice tip. It's absolutely essential if you want your trip to go smoothly. And wow, this slide really lays it all out, doesn't it? It used to be you could wake up, look at the beautiful weather, and say, hey, let's go hike Diamond Head, and you just go. Not anymore. Now you need a reservation booked way in advance for a very specific time. Planning ahead is the new spontaneous. So let's put a name to it. This whole thing is called reservation-based tourism. It's basically an online system to manage the crowds and, honestly, to help preserve these incredible places for years to come. You hop online, you pick your day, you pick your time, and you're locked in. Let's see how this actually works at the couple of Oahu's most famous landmarks. First up, we're going to a place that is, without a doubt, one of the most important and moving sites in the entire United States, Pearl Harbor. And it's so important that we approach this part of the trip with a lot of respect and, the quietness it really deserves.
This quote really hits the nail on the head. This is not just another tourist spot. It's a memorial. It's a gravesite for over 1,000 service members. It's a place for quiet reflection. And this new reservation system actually helps make sure you can have that quiet, personal moment.
So here's the absolute most important thing to know. You can't just walk up and get tickets anymore. You have to book them online. You'll go to recreation.gov, and here's a pro tip. Create your account way before the tickets you want are even released. They can sell out in minutes. You can book as far as 8 weeks out. It costs a single, non-refundable dollar for the service fee. And whatever you do, save that QR code they send you. Screenshot it, print it out, do whatever you have to do. And here are a few more things you just have to know before you go. The no bag policy is not a suggestion. They mean it. No purses, no backpacks, no camera bags, nothing. They do have lockers you can rent. Also, get there an hour before your ticket time to deal with parking and security. And remember, the program at the memorial itself is a tight 45 minutes, so being on time is everything. Okay, let's completely shift gears now. We're going from that quiet, solemn reflection to an incredible physical challenge with an epic reward. We're talking about hiking up the iconic Diamond Head, or Leahi, for that view you've seen in a million pictures. I mean, seriously, look at that. Who isn't ready for that view? This is the whole reason you do it. You hike up that steep trail, you go through those dark tunnels, and then this. It is one of the most famous views on the planet, and it is worth every single step. But first, you gotta get in. So here's the deal. It's basically a two-tiered system now. If you're a Hawaii resident with a local ID, you're good. You get free access, no reservation needed, as long as there's parking. But for everybody else, all out-of-state visitors, that advance online reservation is mandatory. No ifs, ands, or buts. You book your time slot to enter, and you also have to book a time slot for parking if you're driving. And please, please, please be ready for this hike. It's not a walk in the park. It's steep, it gets really hot, and it's going to take you about an hour or two for the round trip. So the big takeaways here are book way ahead, bring more water than you think you need, and wear real sturdy shoes. Please, no flip-flops. Your feet will thank you when you're standing at the top, I promise. So we've talked about Pearl Harbor, we've talked about Diamond Head, but this plan-ahead mentality isn't just for those two spots. It's really the new reality for a ton of the most amazing experiences all across Oʻahu. You want to see where they filmed Jurassic Park, where the big stampedes happened? You've got to go to Kualoa Ranch. It is absolutely incredible. But their tours, especially the movie site tours or the ATV adventures, sell out like crazy. You really need to be thinking about booking those 2 to 3 weeks before your trip to get the one you want. Or what about snorkeling in Hanamoma Bay? I mean, it's one of the most famous snorkeling spots in the world for a reason. But because it's a protected marine conservation area, they are very strict about how many people can go in.
You absolutely need an online reservation. And here's a key detail you can't forget. It is always closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. That's to give the reef and the fish a break. And believe me, the list just keeps going. The Polynesian Cultural Center, which is a fantastic day trip for families, requires advance booking. Want to go to a classic evening luau? Yeah, you and everyone else. They sell out fast. Even things that are seasonal, like whale watching tours, need to be booked way ahead of time. Spontaneity is now for finding a cool place for lunch, not for getting into the island's best attractions.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a lot of work, right? A lot of planning. But I want you to try and see it a different way. This isn't a roadblock stopping you from having fun. Think of it as your blueprint. It's the guide to building a vacation that is smooth, stress-free, and absolutely perfect. So let's boil this all down into your Oʻahu golden rules. Rule number 1, book your must-do attractions weeks ahead of time, not days. Rule 2, always check the specific website for their rules, like that bag policy at Pearl Harbor. Rule 3, plan your transportation. That means booking a rental car months in advance if you need one because they run out. And finally, rule number 4, save every single confirmation QR code. Screenshot it, save it as a PDF, whatever it takes, make them easy to find on your phone. Look, the old, spontaneous way of seeing Oʻahu might be a thing of the past, but a new, smarter way is here to stay. Yeah, it takes a little more planning up front, but the payoff is huge. A guaranteed ticket to see some of the most beautiful and historic places on the entire planet. So now that you have the keys to the kingdom, the only question is, which adventure are you going to unlock first?